Mermaids live in the depths of the ocean in a fascinating underwater world. Those unbelievable creatures have endless ocean adventures, and you're about to witness them in our challenge. You ready? Better say yes so as not to upset Poseidon. Poolside with a drink in hand, the perfect vacation. Time to relax. Oh, well, it was until two crazy girls burst onto the scene of what should be a place of rest and relaxation. Now this is when the storm picks up and the waves come crashing down. These two can always find a reason to do two things: gossip and giggle. But sometimes they really ought to be able to keep a straight face. Be serious, you know? Especially when the king of the sea is shaking with rage. Oof, don't envy them. Whoa, no way. That was some underwater voodoo. Don't tell me he actually turned them into mermaids, the mythical and magical creatures that can swim like fish and possess other superpowers. The girls are panicking, and so would you if you just joined the ranks of seahorses. Apparently anything really is possible, including Poseidon chilling by the pool and transforming troublemakers into merpeople on a whim. Wow, just wow. Time flies when at the movie theater, especially if you're with close friends. But it isn't just time that can run out right before your eyes. Popcorn disappears pretty quickly too, and you always hit the bottom of the bucket at the worst moment. So many disappointing kernels laugh up at you. Such a waste. Well, at least Susie still has a soda, so not all is lost for her. But it's warm. This seems like the perfect opportunity to break out their newly acquired powers. Pop is so much more refreshing when it's been properly chilled, and there's twice as much popcorn once all the kernels have been popped. One mermaid can call ice at her fingertips, while the other one's bringing the heat. With those abilities, they could control the world, or at the very least make their own lives as comfortable as possible, at the same time doing the opposite for others. But really, how could they ever understand the struggles of living with a tail? Ugh, so crowded in here. No room at all to stretch your fins. But there's plenty of space to stretch your magical skills. On one side, it's scorching hot, and the other is ice cold. Hey, they gotta practice their magic somewhere. Sorry. From time to time, we all make mistakes and act poorly, but man is it hard to admit that. Say you're sorry and make the first step to fixing the situation. On the other hand, making a small fight into an all-out battle of epic proportions is all too easy. Well, ladies, have you let off enough steam? No. Turns out all that was a simple opening act for what kind of scandal was yet to come. I'll let you in on a little secret. When these two get into a tiff, it drags on, and there will be casualties. Whoa, looks like a splash of water is enough to trigger mermification. Orange really is her color. And what's your favorite shade? Tell us about it in the comment section. And while you're deciding on that heated up mermaid snorts through her gills and delivers a resounding return blow. 1-1. Maybe we can just call it a draw? What do you say? Uh-oh, really doesn't look like they're ready to kiss and make up, does it? Emma can turn water into steam, and Susie can turn it into snow. How about we melt the ice between them? Passing periods are a time for snacking and messing around, but water fights can be well and truly dangerous. Mainly because, as we learned earlier, if even a drop gets on our girls, her secret will be revealed and everyone will know just what she is. Oh no, this has officially gotten out of control. If only I could float away. I can't watch this. What is she possibly gonna say? Act like she's simply getting ready for some kind of masquerade? Halloween is long gone. The only option she has is to get rid of the witnesses. Now that's done, she can convince them it was all just a dream. Ooh, is that photographic evidence? No one gets away from her sea of wrath. And here we go again. They didn't even have time to make up, and they're back at it. Talk about deja vu. Okay, no one in the whole world could possibly put up with such constant chattering right next to them. You'd have to have nerves of steel and then some to not go nuts. How many times does Susie have to tell this chatty Cathy to take her rambling elsewhere? Magic might finally get the message across. A splash of that can help just about anywhere. Where there was a phone, there's now an iceberg. That's gonna take some time to thaw out, but at least there's finally some peace and quiet. Emma is giving herself a manicure, chilling out and gearing up for some meditation. Isn't it nice to spend a whole evening by yourself? Ugh, what's with the overactive, loud, mood-spoiling roommate? It's just about impossible to find a quiet minute alone in this house where you can actually hear yourself think. Uh-oh, she's gotten water on Emma's hand. That's not just any hand, it's a mermaid's hand, and that means… well, we all saw that coming. We've all found ourselves in the wrong place at the wrong time, haven't we? But I've personally never been on the receiving end of an angered mermaid. Her revenge is going to be straight out of the storybooks. Steamed up glasses, a bruised knee, and the loss of her watering can? I'd say that girl got off pretty easily, really. Holy cow! Her transformation affected her nails too, and they are on fire. No complaints here. There's nothing like a bath at the end of a long, hard day to make your stress melt away and pamper yourself a bit. H2O isn't just a liquid, however, it's also a wonderfully fun toy. First it was water, now it's ice. How much fun it must be to be a mermaid who can play with temperatures like that, and how difficult it must be to be a girl with all those creams, lotions, and masks to be used. Understanding all that stuff isn't easy, unlike throwing a mermaid off kilter. Well then, it looks like our patience reached its ice-breaking point. These two can't seem to stay on one another's good side. Is this all due to the whole mermaid thing, or what? Well, if nothing else, you can honestly say life with them around is never, ever boring. Not for a minute. Who ordered seafood soup? With the frozen fish? I mean, frozen mermaid. A warm bath is pleasant, but a boiling one is downright dangerous for those inside it. Time to get her tail far away from here if she wants to save herself. Oh yeah, a fridge lined with a bit of ice and a cool breeze is just what she needed. And her polar opposite was happy to take over that bath now that it's hot. What could possibly be tastier than a burger with plenty of cheese and a fresh, hot bun? Hot being the key word there. Old fast food leaves much to be desired once the lettuce has wilted and everything has gone cold. Got a problem? There is a solution. This is the perfect time to become a mermaid and use the power of the sea. What's the fastest way to warm up food? Not a microwave, no, but a mermaid using the heat powers instilled in her. That's much better and a lot more delicious. But every superpower has its downside. Emma's ice cream has turned into sugar soup. Yuck. That's no longer the dessert of her dreams, but disappointment in a bowl. Magic comes to the rescue again today. Who wouldn't want to try the best treat in the whole wide world? Hey, now that isn't half bad, really. But it seems to be missing just a little something-something. Sprinkling in some frosty berries to that delicate dessert is just what the doctor ordered. It's cold once again, and the taste is simply heavenly. So it seems Susie has everything and Emma has nothing. Life just isn't fair at all. The ice cream and the burger, all for one person? Karma is also a part of life too. Remember, Susie, you touch that burger and that means it's frozen solid. I'm afraid that is no longer edible, to say the least. Oh my, don't tell me they're having trouble sharing now. What's this fight about? Shells? Seaweed? And the tears begin to flow from both girls' eyes, but that's not going to help. It's just going to turn these ladies into tailed creatures. Have they cried themselves out? Are their moods improved? Looks like they needed to transform together and share their misery, and finally peace and friendship win out. Poseidon's little charm has done the trick, and that means he can lift the spell and undo his fishy deed. A Hollywood happy ending for all, then. Nothing but smiles here. Are you happy too? If yes, then hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and check out our other videos.